Glad to have you with us from Kennesaw, Georgia, and Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Early season momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the USF Bulls and the Kennesaw State Owls. Along with David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Coach Mack told me before the game, he knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Guys, back to you.
All right, Holly. Kennesaw State ready to kick it off and get this game going. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the USF Bulls offense will go on the attack first. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. This guy has every tool you could want. He is one of the better pass catchers in the game.
And man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break. Sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable highlight catch, David. His catch radius is as good as there is in all of college football. He has an unbelievable ability to just reel it in. We just expect it to happen today.
It's just a knack, and it's almost like every weekend you're going through social media, like, where's the clip, right? Like, because he just makes these clips that most humans don't make, whether it's one hand, whether it's two hand, whether he's guarded or not. Like, he just has this unbelievable knack of playmaking, and we will see it today at some point in the ballgame.
Throws to the tight end. Out wide right, it's Ford. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback keeps it. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Long way to go on second down. Hands it off. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Out wide left, it's Ford. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Second and long here. Leaves it with the back. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. And it's their freshman defensive back who's down on the play, and Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his condition. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing third down. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on fourth down. And the fourth down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these fourth downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
Offense in a bunch formation. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab, it's Branch. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Here comes the heat. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Really great job in coverage. Defender on that play, swatting the ball away.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Right side, it's Ford. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. And the Bulls send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Not a lot of room to field this one. Oh, what a cut! He'll get it to him. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Drops back on first down. Turns it upfield. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll run the screen. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Finds his man. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
To the air, it's Mendoza. Out wide right, it's Ford. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. So first down here as they go back to work. From the gun, it's Collins. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. Hauls it in. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. The Bulls have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Kept it on the ground. Now they'll throw. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack. You avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on third and goal, and it did not pay off. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Smashes it between the uprights. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to...
He's got it at the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Mendoza. Right side, it's Ford. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Collins. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Back to pass on second down. Just gets rid of it before the heat. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On third down, he drops to throw. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. Splits the upright. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll run it. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking for a gap. It's Collins. He breaks a tackle. And he must have felt like there were 15 guys on defense, and he dodged a bunch of them in the backfield, but still knocked down for a loss. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Moves the pocket. It's Mendoza. With the catch, it's Ford.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots in the zones. You got to get him involved.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. The run inside. It's Collins. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. And the Bulls will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And that is textbook. That return man thinking, guys, do not mess this up. I put it on the doorstep for you. It's 1st and goal. Was to pass. Under pressure. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on 1st down by this offense.
Pulls it on the option. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. Sells to fake. Oh, pressure's coming. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit, David.
And I guess that's the upside for this offense. Their defense has been so good, but man, oh man, they've got to find something, Jesse, that they can hang their hat on, something they can do to move the football.
It just feels like at this point, they kick one more field goal and this is ball game because of how well their defense is playing. So I think offensively, just don't do anything stupid and give the game away.
Out wide right, it's Ford. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Nice move there.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got an alley. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. He'll try to get to the marker himself. They are on the move. As they pick up the first down, they'll spot it at the 28.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
The Bulls are moving quickly down the field. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
What a great grab. This guy has been unstoppable all game long. Wherever he's lined up, the quarterback's been looking his way. And I got to tell you, I would too. If you're going to make catches like that for me, I am going to force feed you the football.
And they stop him just short of the goal line. They'll mark it at the 1.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Bulls.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second.
They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Sells the run, looking to pass. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He's got it.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender there, closing the gap with the wide. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Going for the big play. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with it. This USF offense will open this drive right here. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Just smothered on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Look out! And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. And the Bulls decide to punt it away. Signals for the fair catch. The Bulls offense comes out ready to go to work. That last field goal made this a possession game. They have put together a rally, and now they'll try to turn the momentum back around starting on this drive. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of a game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few first downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
Drops back. It's Mendoza. Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Both of these teams off to slow starts this season, desperately needing a victory, and they've got the closing minutes to try to pull it out. Rush is on, trying to make magic on the scramble. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that third down.
You know, I think in this situation of the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right?
They've got a first down here. Want to start its bend to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Pulls it in. It's Ford. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers, it freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The Bulls will line it up on 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Grabbed behind the line. It's Ford. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
And the Bulls trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Just leaves him grabbing air as he gets down to the 35. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. They'll ride him again. Oh, he's got some space. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. The Bulls back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Handoff to the single running back. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. So it's now 1st and 20 after that holding call. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack,